Hey, sixth graders. It is May 7th, and today we are going to use the distributive property and other properties of numbers in order to construct or identify equivalent expressions. Well, before we dive into what today is about, I want to give you a quick do now. This is an expression. I want you to simplify it by following the order of operations. There's a lot of operations in there, so work carefully. 1 minute, go. We are halfway through our time. Remember, our first operation to start with is whatever's inside the grouping symbols. There are two operations inside the grouping symbols. Follow the order of operations to determine which one you should do first. I can't wait to see who gets a star on this question. These are scholars who are ready for their quiz today. 5 seconds left. All right. As I said a moment ago, we're going to start with G grouping symbols. I see there's addition and there's an exponent here. Which one should I do first? Yes, I'm going to do the exponent first. So everything here stays the same. 12 minus parentheses 5 plus, what's 5 squared? Did you say 10? No, 10 is incorrect. I hope you didn't say 10. 5 squared means 5 times 5, which is 25. Give yourself a little pat on the back if you got it. All right, I'm still on grouping symbols, and now there's addition inside. 5 plus 25 is 30. I still have this divided by 3 hanging out here, and I still have this 12 minus hanging out here. Whoop. Well, that was weird. Sorry, guys. You just get a preview of the end of it. Oh, good, it's still here. All right, my 12 minus 30 divided by 3. Awesome. What's next? Do I have any more exponents? No. Do I have multiplication or division? Yes. What's 30 divided by 3? Good, it's 10. I have 12 minus 10. 12 minus 10 is 2, and that is my answer. Big star on your paper if you got 2 correct on your own. If you didn't, I'm actually going to switch to my document camera so that you can see some neater work. Go ahead and make sure your paper looks like this. This question will be a lot like one you'll see on your quiz today, so having this example will really help you get that quiz question correct. Awesome, we're ready to move on. So I mentioned that today we are working on equivalent expressions and the distributive property. Equivalent expressions are expressions that have the same value, the same. Yes, that is your question of the day. What are equivalent expressions? In your question of the day today, I want you to enter the definition that I just gave you. Go ahead and type in this whole thing. Equivalent expressions have the same value. Please pause here to enter that. All right, we're going to move on. Let's talk a little bit about the distributive property. Of course, you've already learned what it is and how it works, but here's just a reminder for you. The distributive property is one of many properties of the numbers that we work with. You're probably really familiar with these first two, commutative and associative. The other ones come into play more in 7th grade and when you're learning original rules back in elementary school. We're going to focus on the distributive property. When you have an expression that looks like this, A times the quantity of B plus C, That's the same thing as, or that's equivalent to, a times b plus a times c. Here's an example that looks more like what you're used to. When I see an expression that has a 5 parentheses x plus 6, or 5 times the quantity x plus 6, what that's showing me is that the 5 is being multiplied to the entire sum x plus 6. So if I want to distribute or start to multiply that expression out, I'm going to multiply the 5 not just to the first term, but also to the second term inside the grouping symbols. So 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 6 is 30. Extra careful warning, the common mistake here is to accidentally not distribute the 5 to the 6. Just remember, you need to multiply that 5 to all the parts inside, and it's really helpful to draw those arrows so that you don't forget. Let's try a practice question. It says, which expression is equivalent to 5 parentheses d plus 1? Please take 30 seconds and select the answer that you think is correct, drawing those arrows on your paper. You already got that star on your do now. Try to go 2 for 2, looking for 2 stars on your paper, meaning you got it right on your first try. Last 10 seconds. All right, did you select your answer? Let's see if you got it. When I multiply that factor outside the parentheses, I've got to multiply it to both parts inside. 5 times d is 5d. 5 times 1 is 5. 5d plus 5 is equivalent to that original expression. That's answer choice A. Big star on your paper if you got number 1 correct. Nicely done. Try this one. 1 minute, go. Do you notice something different about this one? I hope you notice there are 2 variable terms here. Those are different variables, so we're not going to be combining like terms here, but we do need to distribute that 6 to both terms inside the parentheses. 20 seconds left. All right, let's check our work. When I multiply 6 times 3x, that's 6 groups of 3x. That's a total of 18 x's, so 18x. When I multiply 6 times 10y, that's 60y. Okay, note that operation just stays the same. It's addition. 18x plus 60y is my answer. 18x plus 60y. I believe, yes. We're going to enter the answer for this one into our Google form. I'm going to pull that answer back up one more time. Just enter this whole thing. Please do it with no spaces. That way the computer grades it correctly. So just type 18x plus 60y, no extra spaces, and you're guaranteed the computer will mark it correct. Pause here to keep it on the screen. Awesome. We're going to move on to question 3. Which of the following statements is true? Wow, I see a lot of variables down there in those answer choices. I want to take this opportunity to remind you about something called combining like terms. Thumbs up if you remember that. Yes. Combining like terms means I take a term with the same variable to the same power, and I can add them together by adding their coefficients, by adding their, yes. So looking at A, let's walk through this one. Looking at A, I see G plus G plus G plus G equals 4G. Thumbs up if you think it is true. Thumbs down if you think it is false. This one is true. You were right if you were saying it's true. That's because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 G's being added together. When I repeat addition, that's the same as multiplication. When I repeat addition 4 times, that's like multiplying by 4, right? So this says 4 times G, which is the same as G plus itself 4 times. I'm going to go ahead and select, yeah, I think A is true. Let's talk about why the others must not be true in order to check our answer. Okay. Go ahead and make sure on your paper you have this answer choice written down. It's going to help you on a quiz question today. All right, how about this one? Q plus Q plus Q equals 4Q. What do you think? True, false? Yeah, this one is not true. Very good. This one is not true. I was thinking, you know what? This is 3Qs, not 4Qs. So I'm just going to write not true equals 3Q, not 4Q. How about C? P plus P plus P plus P is equal to P times P times P times P. Is it equivalent to say that 3 plus itself 4 times is the same as 3 times itself 4 times? Nope. This one is equal to 4P. And over here, this one is equal to P to the 4th power. So these are not equal. Okay. So I guess my strategy there was actually I was going to simplify the one on the left and on the right and realize that those are not equal. Those are different operations from each other. And how about this one? 3m equals 3 plus m. What do you think? Nope, this one's not true. I'm going to write W over wrong operation. That's a Poe code I love in math. This one shows multiplication and this one shows addition. Awesome. Let's try another question. This is number 4. I want you to try this one on your own. Read it carefully. There's a big clue in the question. 1 minute, go. Big clue was there's a clue in the question that says there are 2 correct answers. So you should have 2 answers selected. All right, you get 5 bonus seconds because I'm finishing up my work too. All right, did you find 2 answers? I hope so. If not, no problem, let's look at it together. All right, so here was my original expression. I just like to put it at the top so I can keep looking back at it. A said 5m. This is a common mistake that some 6th graders make that I hope you'll catch, that I hope you caught on your own and I hope you will catch on your quiz today. When I'm adding 3m and 2, since they're not like terms, I can't combine them by adding the number part. So A is a common misconception, but no, it's not true. 3m plus 2 can't be combined anymore. That's just as simple as it gets, okay? B said 3 plus m plus m. I simplified that expression by combining like terms, and I got 3 plus 2m. That's not the same as 3m plus 2. It looks like the coefficient and the constant got switched around, so B is not true. Still looking for 2 correct answers. I did find that C was a correct answer. 2m plus m plus 2. I went ahead and simplified by combining these like terms together. 2m and this is 1m equals 3m. 3m plus 2, yes, that matches my original. Answer choice D, I also found to be correct. I see these like terms here. M plus M plus M is 3M plus 2, my constant term. That does match my original. I love looking at E. That's why I spent a few extra seconds on E. E shows 3 groups of the quantity M plus 2. I can write that like this, 3 groups of M plus 2. And then I can distribute like we practiced in the first couple of questions. 3M plus 6 is the simplified version. You might not have thought about it in groups of M plus 2 the way I did, but if you use the associate property to drop all these parentheses, you can just count. There's 1, 2, 3 M's plus 2, 4, 6. 3M plus 6. E is not true. All right, so that was answer choice C and D. I'm going to go ahead and check it off here so it's super clear. C and D. We are going to enter that in the Google form. Please do that now. All right, folks, it is time for you to complete your quiz. Your quiz covers all of your work from this week. So before you start your quiz today, go ahead and gather your notes starting from Monday and working all the way up until today. So you're going to see exponents on there. You're going to be evaluating expressions like we practiced in the do now. You're going to be substituting values in for variables and solving to find their answer. You're going to be completing your quiz next. I thought I had deleted this and I must have undone it. I'm removing your skill builder from your to-do list today because I want you to focus all of your energy on your quiz today. That's going to be worth your final 7 points on this assignment, 3 from these video questions and 7 from your quiz. Okay, here's the link for office hours. Please go to office hours today at 3:15 to really let Mr. Zamora help you on your quiz as you need help. He's eager to do that, and I love to see your learning and your growth, so I want to see you there too. Lastly, a reminder that Sunday is Mother's Day, so if you celebrate Mother's Day, or if there's someone in your life who is like a mom to you who you can celebrate on Mother's Day, then something nice. That's it for me. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a good Thursday.